It's Monday, August 22nd, and this is your coffee break on the HAN Network. I'm Kate Czaplinski with Frank Granito. We have the latest Connecticut news for you today. Frank will have a look at the forecast and a Nutmeg Sports update later on, and Donald Eng will join us to take a look back on this day in history. But first, on to some of the stories that we're following today. Investigation is ongoing in Bridgeport after 13 people were shot at a party over the weekend. Hearst, Connecticut media reports that an apparent ambush shooting on Plymouth Street early Sunday morning that injured 13 people, including one critically, occurred during an illegal for-profit party attended by over 100 people. Police Chief A.J. Perez said the party hosts, who were not identified, applied for a city permit to sell alcohol prior to that party, but were turned down because such sales violate city ordinances. He said the hosts, who rent one of the two duplexes at 19th Plymouth Street, went ahead with the party anyway. At about 1:30 in the morning Sunday, two shooters hiding behind 6-foot hedges at the next-door property at 3133 Plymouth Street opened fire on the partygoers with multiple weapons, including high-powered handguns. No suspects have been apprehended, and a motive has not yet known, police said. 11 victims sustained non-life-threatening wounds to their lower extremities, and one male sustained a gunshot wound to the face that is not life-threatening. One female is in critical condition at Yale New Haven Hospital with a gunshot to the face. She is expected to survive, but will require reconstructive surgery. And in Darien, 2 suffered injuries and 1 passenger who was ejected from the vehicle is in intensive care after the 3 were involved in a serious accident Saturday night. All 3 were Darien residents in their early 20s. Sergeant Jeremiah Marin told the Darien Times that the accident scene more closely resembled an airplane crash than a car accident because the scene spanned over 100 feet, indicating high speed. The accident occurred at about 9:30 in the evening. Upon arrival, officers determined that a 21-year-old Darien man was operating a 1999 Chevy Blazer and traveling west on Hanson Road. In the area of Linda Lane, the vehicle drove off the right side of the roadway, struck a stone wall, and then collided with a tree, causing major damage to the right side of the vehicle. The damage was so severe that the right front passenger was ejected from the vehicle. The car then careened across both lanes of Hanson Road, striking a second tree on the shoulder of the eastbound lane, where it ultimately came to a rest. The front seat passenger was taken to Stanford Hospital with very serious injuries. A rear seat passenger suffered facial injuries, and both the driver and rear seat passenger were also transported to the hospital, but were treated and released. The passenger that was ejected remains in the critical care unit at Stanford Hospital in stable condition. You can follow updates on that story at DarienTimes.com. And in other news, on Sunday, Greenwich police rescued a kayaker after their vessel had capsized and sank. Police say a Good Samaritan called police when they found a man stranded on Red Rock with no way to call for help. They had both been fishing when one of the kayaks was swamped by a passing boat wake. One kayak took on too much water, capsized, and sank. The capsized kayaker swam to Red Rock, and although he was uninjured, he was requesting help. The water was too shallow to allow any rescue boats near the rocks, so that second kayaker paddled his friend to the police boat. The stranded kayaker was shaken up but not injured, and he was transported to Grass Island, where he was reunited with friends. Greenwich police said there's 2 important lessons to learn from this incident. First, that power boaters need to remember they share the water with other watercraft operators. And second, when using non-powered watercraft, boaters should still carry waterproof emergency communication devices. But you can get more information at the Greenwich Police Facebook page. And a Milford man has been arrested in what police say was an unruly restaurant patron who refused to pay his bill at the Puerto Vallarta restaurant on the Boston Post Road in Orange. Orange police say that on August 9th, 36-year-old Christopher Weiner of Brooklawn Drive was reported to be disturbing restaurant guests. Restaurant employees reportedly asked him to calm down and be quiet. Police say Weiner refused and left without paying his bill of over $230. Police arrived and found Weiner in a nearby restaurant where he was taken into custody. He was taken to police headquarters and charged with 6th-degree larceny and breach of peace. He was scheduled to appear in court August 23rd. And Stratford residents have rallied to assist 3rd District Councilman Wally Kadim after his home was damaged in a fire last Thursday afternoon. A GoFundMe page to assist Kadeem, set up by 10th District Councilman Tina Manis, raised more than $1,300 for Kadeem and his family. The original goal had only been to raise $1,000. Kadeem's home was damaged last Thursday in a fire at a duplex on Larkin Court. Stratford firefighters responded to that scene at about 3:30 in the afternoon and found that the fire was located in the second-floor attic at 198 Larkin Court. They said it was caused by an electrical outlet near the foot of the bed, spreading to the mattress and other contents of the room. No one was injured, according to officials, though the two families occupying the duplex had been displaced. Manis said on Sunday via social media that she delivered the donations to Kadeem's family and reported that they are in good spirits and thankful for everything given to them and everyone who is thinking of them. Manis said the family has a long road ahead and the Kadeem family won't return home anytime soon. You can get updates on that story at StratfordStar.com. And in other news, heavy rains late Sunday night caused several underpasses in Stamford to flood, briefly trapping drivers in their vehicles. The Stamford Advocate reports that firefighters were called out to assist motorists along the railroad tracks on Elm Street, on East Main and Myrtle Streets, along Harbor Drive and Chapin, according to Captain David Harriott. The calls came in between 11:30 in the evening and midnight. He said, "I wouldn't call them rescues," the fire official said. "These were people who drove through the water that was too deep and they needed our assistance." And some good news for Ridgefield drivers this week. Drivers going through Ridgefield on Route 35 won't be bogged down by construction activity this Monday through Friday, according to the Department of Transportation. Ryan Wojcinski, a DOT project manager, sent an update to the Ridgefield Press that said there is no construction activity planned for this week. In his weekly update, the project advisor added that when construction resumes, signs will be posted to help guide drivers and local business access will be maintained. State work on Route 35 near the Fox Hill condominiums was scheduled to start up on August 1st, with relocation of a sewer main expected to cause only limited traffic disruptions. However, the plan to begin work at the site has been bumped 3 consecutive weeks. You can check back at theridgefieldpress.com for updates. And 2-year-old Iris, a graduate of the Connecticut State Police Electronic Storage Detection Canine Academy, is doing great things at the FBI. That, according to the Connecticut State Police, who shared a video on Iris from the FBI this week. Check it out.
The FBI's latest tool to track down evidence knows how to use her nose. Meet Iris. The 2-year-old black Labrador Retriever is the FBI's first electronics detection dog and one of only 7 certified canines in the world trained to sniff out a specific chemical found in digital media. Special Agent Jeff Calandra is her partner.
She's able to be used in any investigative means, from a post-blast scene to a drug case, terrorism case, counterintelligence cases, which she's been used on multiple times.
Iris is located in the FBI's Newark field office, but just as she can work across different types of cases, she can also be useful to investigators at all levels. Newark's Assistant Special Agent in Charge, Michael Brodak.
She's available not only to help the FBI and all the FBI divisions around the country, but also to our state and local partners, and of course our federal partners as well.
With FBI This Week, I'm Molly Halpern of the Bureau.
Well, Iris is doing some great work, but let's shift gears now and throw it over to Frank Granito for a look at the forecast. Frank.
Thank you, Kate. We're looking at partly cloudy skies today with a steady breeze around 12 miles per hour. That should keep temperatures underneath 80 degrees for the first time in what feels like almost years now. Very low humidity throughout the afternoon, and we should see clear skies by this evening. We'll have clear skies overnight and temperatures dropping down to 55 as things will be a little chillier heading into Tuesday morning. Tuesday looks like it should be another beautiful day, mostly sunny throughout the day with an expected high of 81 degrees. Low humidity expected again, but there will be much less wind compared to Monday. Clear skies in the late evening and overnight with an expected low of 61 degrees. Humidity up around 70% as temperatures look like they might heat up just a little bit in the midweek. Wednesday will have plenty of sunshine as we will see clear skies from dusk until dawn. should be the brightest day of the year, according to AccuWeather. Temperatures in the mid to high 80s during the day, occasional wind gusts around 8 to 10 miles per hour. Clear skies on Wednesday night and an expected low of 65 degrees as the picture-perfect weather looks like it will last until the weekend, Kate.
All right, Frank, that's the best news you've given us in a while, so I appreciate it.
So hopefully I am right this week because it should be a great one.
Good. Okay, well, we are going to step out for a break. When we come back, Donald Ang is going to join us to take a look back on this day in history. Frank has your Nutmeg Sports Update, and we have some more local news coming up after this. Have a sports injury or a slip and fall that needs immediate care? Coastal Ortho Express Urgent Care gives you direct access to an orthopedic specialist fast, without an appointment. Biking, golf, tennis, soccer, whatever the sports injury is, sprain or fracture, Coastal Ortho Express can help. Coastal Ortho Express Urgent Care, open Monday through Saturday, now in 2 locations. The iPark building at 761 Main Avenue in Norwalk and 36 Old Kings Highway South in Darien. Or go to coastalorthoexpress.com. Like them on Facebook.
Hi, this is Leo Carl from Carl Chevrolet in New Canaan. And you've heard me talk about the Chevy Volt for years. The new model gets 53 miles on EV charge daily, plus 420-mile full range. But don't take my word for it. You need to come in and test drive the Volt yourself. Visit us at 261 Elm Street in New Canaan or online at carldirect.com.
Walter Stewart's Market in New Canaan is your time-saving local shopping destination for the best of spring. Find many of your favorite products, from great specials on everyday items to the freshest organic produce, artisanal cheeses, and grass-fed steaks. Drop off your knives to be sharpened, grab a beautiful bouquet of spring flowers, and stop in next door for a wine tasting. Plus, their personable staff is always ready to lend a helping hand. So stop in to Walter Stewart's Market, 229 Elm Street today, or shop online at stewartsmarket.com.
I really wanted something that felt like a home. Coming from a big house, I wanted the feel of a home as opposed to a condo. The construction is incredible, whether it's the floors, the fireplace, the moldings, the lighting. It's as peaceful as my home was in the middle of the woods. It feels like a house. It does not feel like a condo or a townhome. I feel like I'm in my house.
You're watching the HAN Network, and you're not alone. More than 1.5 million viewers have watched our live sports, news, and entertainment broadcasting since the network launched in August 2015. Advertise on the network that reaches Fairfield County, Connecticut's most engaged audience. Contact Advertising Director Jessica Murrin at 203-273-7312 or email jessica@han.network.
We're back on this August 22nd edition of your coffee break on the HAN Network. I'm Kate Czaplinski, and it's time now to throw it to Donald Ang to take a look back on this date in history. Don, what do you have for us?
Well, Kate, 4 years after the fact, a promise kept by someone who wasn't exactly known for it. But anyway, first we're going to go to 565 CE. St. Calm reports seeing a monster in Loch Ness, Scotland. Now, according to the book Vitae Calm, detailing his powers, he came across a group of people burying a man who had been killed by a great sea monster. According to legend, Calm saves a swimmer from the monster with the sign of the cross and the imprecation, and the Gandalfian imprecation, "Thou shalt go no further." The beast flees in terror to the amazement of the assembled Scottish pagans who glorified Calm's god. To 1851 we go. The racing schooner America wins a race around the Isle of Wight against 15 British yachts, completing the 53-mile race 18 minutes ahead of her nearest competitor. The yacht is awarded the 100 Sovereign Cup, which the Americans mistakenly refer to as the 100 Guineas Cup. The trophy would be renamed the America's Cup after the winning yacht. It is the oldest international sporting trophy. The boat itself was sold many, many times over its 95-year life and saw many different uses, including a stint as a Confederate blockade runner due to her legendary speed. Finally, now we go to 1996, the 20th anniversary of this.
When I ran for president 4 years ago, I pledged to end welfare as we know it. I have worked very hard for 4 years to do just that. Today, the Congress will vote on legislation that gives us a chance to live up to that promise. To transform a broken system that traps too many people in a cycle of dependence to one that emphasizes work and independence. To give people on welfare a chance to draw a paycheck, not a welfare check. It gives us a better chance to give those on welfare what we want for all families in America, the opportunity to succeed at home and at work. For those reasons, I will sign it into law.
Today, in 1996, Bill Clinton signs welfare reform into law. He had promised to end welfare as we know it back in 1992. The law addressed the idea that the welfare-receiving poor had become too dependent on public assistance and that those who were on welfare for years lost any initiative to find jobs, because taking a job would mean not only losing benefits, but also child care costs, transportation, health care, and clothing costs that they would be unlikely to afford with their new jobs. From the mid-90s, poverty and welfare rates did decline, though critics of the law point out that judging a program's success on caseload reduction, rather than whether lives are actually improved, is a bit unfair. Also, the emphasis on two-parent families encouraged women to return to abusive partners, according to critics. That is your look back in history for today, August 22nd, and I'm Donald Eng.
All right, thank you so much, Don. Getting back to a little more local news, an upset group of Ridgefield residents are petitioning Verizon to improve cell tower service in the Ridgebury area. The Twixt Hills Homeowners Association started the petition on change.org on Friday and have since collected 395 signatures over the weekend. The goal of the petition is to get 500 residents to sign it. The petition page reads in part that a new cell tower was installed at the northern end of town. While Verizon claims that they offer 100% service coverage in Ridgefield, those of us that live here know that that is not the case. Well, Frank, we're going to be getting a sense of the cell service in Ridgebury when we're at Tiger Hollow for our season opener.
That's right. That'll be on September 9th, and we'll get a good sense of the cell service throughout the FCAC, because don't forget that this afternoon on Nutmeg Sports, Donald Eng and I will release the schedule for our fall season FCAC tour. Starting on Thursday morning this week, the HAN Cruiser will be rolling around to all 17 FCAC schools to meet with the fall captains and preview the season. That again on Nutmeg Sports at 2 o'clock today. Going down to Rio now, the 2016 Summer Olympic closing ceremonies were held yesterday, and it was a Summer Games that the U.S. certainly will not forget. From Michael Phelps and Katie Ledecky's dominance in the swimming pool to the continued success of both men's and women's basketball, Ashton Eaton setting an Olympic record in the decathlon, Simone Biles and the final 5 gymnasts who not only won gold but also the nation's hearts over again, specifically Zac Efron's. And the U.S. finished the games with a total of 121 medals, including 46 gold. China finishes second with 70, and Great Britain in third with 67. Truly an incredible summer for our Olympians. So congratulations to all the winners and the others who were there participating. And finally, in Williamsport, Pennsylvania, play at the 2016 Little League World Series was suspended on Sunday due to inclement weather. Games have been rescheduled for today and are set to begin at 11 a.m. In what has been one of the most exciting opening weekends in tournament history, we've seen defending world champion defeated by Canada in the opening game. It was the first time that Japan has lost in the first round of the tournament since 1968, and the second time ever that they have fallen to a team from north of the border in Canada, the only other time coming in 1994. In the United States winners bracket, New York will play against Tennessee at 3 p.m., and we will see Iowa against Kentucky tonight at 8 o'clock. All games can be seen live on ESPN or via the Watch ESPN app. And don't forget also, if you have not checked our Twitter yet, that at 2 o'clock today on Nutmeg Sports, former world champion wrestler Lee Kemp will join us to talk about Harding Wrestling and what is being done to save that program. That's going to do it for this Nutmeg Sports update. Let's send it back over to Kate.
Thanks so much, Frank. Getting back to some more news today. In New Canaan, Pine Street Concessions, the food marketplace business at 75 Pine Street, looks like it's about ready to open, and a late summer premiere had been planned by owner Peter Lane. But as Lane informed the New Canaan Advertiser recently, he's still negotiating with potential vendors. And until that is completed and they're ready to go, doors will remain closed. The inside of the 1.5-story, 3,000 square foot building will stay a work in progress, as vendors who sign on may have particular needs. The outside of the building is close to being completed, however, and when that's done, there will be common seating, shared bathrooms, and outdoor picnic tables at the business. You can get updates at ncadvertiser.com. And according to the Weston Forum, award-winning children's filmmaker, 98-year-old Morton Schindel of Weston, died on Saturday. Schindel was the founder of Weston Woods Studios and was a pioneer in the iconographic style of animated filmmaking. Credited with promoting children's literacy worldwide, Weston Woods Studio turned more than 500 classic children's books into high-quality films and recordings. The studio's animated works, including Make Way for Ducklings, Harold and the Purple Crayon, and Maurice Sendak's Where the Wild Things Are, have been translated into more than 20 languages. This past December, a three-dimensional exhibit showcasing Schindel's filmmaking techniques and the films produced by Weston Woods opened at the Weston Historical Society and ran for several months. And in January, the town of Weston honored Schindel by declaring January 27th, his birthday, Mort Schindel Appreciation Day. And the town of Trumbull is putting final touches on plans for the Trumbull Fall Festival. The event brings together families from Trumbull and surrounding towns for a day of fun, food, and festivities. It's hosted by the town of Trumbull and its corporate partners. The 2016 Trumbull Fall Festival will be expanded this year to a two-day event with a carnival and food truck festival on Friday, September 9th from 5 to 10 p.m. and Saturday, September 10th from noon to 10. Amusements and rides will be provided by Morena Amusement Company and will include a $25 unlimited ride pass from noon to 5 p.m. But you can get more details at TrumbullTimes.com. We're going to step out for a break now, and when we come back, we're going to recap some of the top stories we're following today on your coffee break after this. For more than 50 years, Triple S has been Fairfield County's expert service for carpet, upholstery, and drapery cleaning. We provide the best in repairs and in-depth restoration, understanding fabrics and how to properly clean and restore them. Our staff will come to your home to clean your wall-to-wall carpet to perfection. We can also pick up your fine carpets and bring them to our facilities. With locations in Norwalk, Stamford, and Stratford, Triple S will get the job done fast, big or small. At Triple S, you can count on our people as well as our cleaning. Find us at triplesclean.com or 203-847-8000.
Warm weather, light breezes, boats are in the water. There's no better place to celebrate summer than the Dock Shop. Whether in Darien at 51 Tokenique Road or Westport at 609 Riverside Avenue, the Dock Shop is where you'll find everything you need to kick off summer. From the latest summer apparel to the newest fishing tackle, the Dock Shop will help you get the most out of your next beach day or harbor cruise. At the Dock Shop, you'll find a wonderful selection of items made in the USA and right here in New England, all with a distinct nautical flair. Boater, beach bum, fisherman, or simply love the coastal lifestyle, this is a unique place to shop. DockShop.com.
A Better View Window Cleaning Plus has been cleaning glass all over Connecticut for over 20 years. They also specialize in cleaning chandeliers, mirrors, skylights, tiles, and will power wash anything that needs cleaning. They hold an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau and are fully insured and bonded. When you deal with the Better View, you're dealing with the best, not the rest. Call today for a free estimate, 203-284-8836, or visit them online, abetterviewcleaning.com.
I'm John Kovach. I'm a newspaper editor. I'm a high school football coach. I'm a television presenter, and I want you to love fishing as much as I do. Tune in to Yankee Fisherman, Thursdays at 1 on the HAN network. It's like going to the tackle shop without leaving your office.
I'm Frank Granito.
And I'm Donald Ing for the HAN Network.
Tune in to Nutmeg Sports Monday through Wednesday, where we bring you all the top stories for Connecticut sports.
From players and coaches' interviews to expert opinions with local sports editors, no one gets you closer to Connecticut's games than Nutmeg Sports.
Nutmeg Sports, Monday through Wednesday at 2 p.m. on the HAN Network.
We're back on this Monday edition of your coffee break on the HAN Network. I'm Kate Czaplinski, recapping some of the top area stories that we're following today, including that investigation is ongoing in Bridgeport after 13 people were shot at a party over the weekend. Hearst, Connecticut media reports that an apparent ambush shooting on Plymouth Street early Sunday morning that injured 13 people, including one critically, occurred during an illegal for-profit party attended by over 100 people. Police Chief A.J. Perez said the party hosts, who were not identified, applied for a city permit to sell alcohol prior to the party but were turned down because such sales violate city ordinances. He said the hosts went through with the party anyway. And about 1:30 in the morning on Sunday, two shooters hiding behind a 6-foot hedge at the next door property on Plymouth Street opened fire on the partygoers with multiple weapons, including high-powered handguns. No suspects have been apprehended, and a motive is not yet known. 11 victims sustained non-life-threatening wounds to their lower extremities, and one male sustained a gunshot to the face that is not life-threatening. One female is in critical condition at Yale New Haven Hospital with a gunshot wound to the face. She is expected to survive, but will require reconstructive surgery. And in Darien, 2 suffered injuries and 1 passenger was ejected from the vehicle and in intensive care after the 3 were involved in a serious accident in Darien on Saturday night. All 3 were Darien residents in their 20s. Sergeant Jeremiah Marin told the Darien Times that the accident scene more closely resembled an airplane crash than a car accident because the scene spanned over 100 feet, indicating high speed. The accident occurred at approximately 9:30 p.m. Upon arrival, officers determined that a 21-year-old Darien man was operating a 1999 Chevy Blazer and traveling west on Hanson Road. In the area of Linda Lane, the vehicle drove off the right side of the roadway, struck a stone wall, and collided with a tree, causing major damage to the right side of the vehicle. The damage was so severe that the right front passenger, a 21-year-old Darien man, was ejected from the car. The vehicle then careened across both lanes of Hanson Road, striking a second tree on the shoulder of the eastbound lane, where it ultimately came to a rest. You can get more on that story at DarienTimes.com. And on Sunday, Greenwich police rescued a kayaker after his vessel had capsized and sank. Police say a Good Samaritan called police when they found a man stranded on Red Rock with no way to call for help. They had both been fishing when one of the kayaks was swamped by a passing boat wake. The kayak took on too much water, capsized, and then sank. The capsized kayaker then swam to Red Rock, and although he was uninjured, he was requesting help. The water was too shallow to allow any rescue boats near the rocks, so that second kayaker had to paddle his friend to the police boat. The stranded kayaker was shaken up but not injured. Greenwich police say the incident highlights 2 important lessons. First, power boaters need to remember that they share the water with other watercrafts. And second, when using non-powered watercraft, boaters should still carry emergency communication devices. And Stratford residents rallied around 3rd District Councilman Wally Kadeem after his home was damaged in a fire last Thursday afternoon. A GoFundMe page to assist Kadeem was set up by 10th District Councilman Tina Manis, and it raised more than $1,300 for Kadeem and his family. The initial goal had been $1,000. Kadeem's home was damaged last Thursday in a fire at a duplex on Larkin Court. Stratford firefighters responded at about 3:30 in the afternoon and found that blaze was located in the 2nd floor attic at 198 Larkin Court. Fire Marshal Brian Lampart said the fire was caused by an electrical outlet near the foot of the bed, spreading to the mattress and other contents of the room. No one was injured, but 2 families were displaced because of that fire. Manis said on Sunday via social media that she delivered the donations to Kadeem's family and reported that they are in good spirits and thankful for everything given to them and everyone who is thinking of them. And finally, downtown Milford was packed with oysters and oyster eaters for the 42nd annual Milford Oyster Festival on Saturday. This year, the festival featured 2 headline bands, the Blue Oyster Cult and the Marshall Tucker Band, and musicgoers packed the main stage field for those 2 groups. And Gratian Swing took the oyster-eating title this year at the event. Jill Dion of the Milford Mirror captured this video of the contest. Check it out.
3, suck them down! All right, here we go. How you doing? This is doing a nice job. How's the mayor? How's that competition? So far, it looks like everybody is sucking them down pretty quick. Nice. Oh, we got a lot of strategy. Oh, Grayson Swing! Okay, keep it going. We still need a second, 3rd place. Nice. Oh, and Shailene. Okay, we have our top 3. Keep going, guys. Keep going.
Schwing, the owner of Antelope Wed in Milford and a member of several charitable organizations in town, took the title that was previously held by Shailene Landsberg by eating 12 oysters faster than anyone else in the lineup. Landsberg, who won the contest last year, came in 2nd. But let's shift gears now and throw it over to Frank for one final look at the forecast. Frank.
Thank you, Kate. Again, could be the best week of the entire year. Almost no humidity, temperatures sitting right around 80 degrees. A steady breeze today of about 12 miles per hour and partly cloudy until later on this evening. Clear skies overnight and we'll see a low of 55 degrees. Tuesday will be mostly sunny with comfortable temperatures and low humidity again. Clear skies overnight, and it looks like it will stay that way on Wednesday, as we may not see a single cloud in the sky from dusk until dawn. Sunny skies all day, temperatures in the mid-80s, and this gorgeous weather could roll all the way till the weekend.
All right, sounds good. And I hope everyone can get a chance to get outside today. We're going to wrap things up here on your coffee break, but don't miss Nutmeg Sports coming up at 2 o'clock. And of course, we'll see you tomorrow again at 11. Have a great day.